bumper removal and reinstallation. I previously described these as bumper horns because the four-wheel drive versions of the AMC Hornet, aka slash Camback Eagle Wagon sedan, and the hatchback that was supposed to kind of mimic the Toyota Celica. The four-wheel drive versions do not have safety bumpers, meaning these things do not have patented General Motors shock absorbers. So, yeah, that's the deal. And to remove these bumper horns, which you will have to take at least one bolt out or loosen and remove two, it will be necessary to get all four bolts on each side into the bumper installed and tightened. And as you can see, this vehicle has no rot whatsoever anywhere beyond a minuscule flash rust on the coil springs. Here it gives you an idea. Zero rot. Absolutely none. I never thought I'd get a vehicle like this. I'd almost given up trying to find an Eagle or Camback because they were not as advertised, shall we say. And you could say I got lucky from the AMC collector that was liquidating his collection because him and his wife wanted to take the easy life as far as just enjoy things, do some traveling, and not so much worry about cars anymore. But I never did remove the side plastic bumper extensions because there was no need to. They're pretty flimsy. I put one of the bolts back in for towing, and then I took some brick and mortar, AK Harbor Freight hoopty plastic straps, and just tied them here to keep these things from possibly getting compromised. It's the same way on this side as far as getting to your bumper bolts. You have to loosen this one and the other one. They're 19 millimeter head or 3/4 if say floats your boat. As you can see, it's rot free everywhere. Very fortunate to get a vehicle like this. Such low miles and so forth. This stuff, obviously, this had the painted, not painted, the fake wood trim. I'm thinking of just washing this off. Yes, it's to the point where you can literally just rub it off. And either get some cream or tan tractor paint from not Tractor Supply, but an industrial farmer equipment place, and do that because I never really was into the fake wood look. Although I would admit Ford Country Squire wagons and the big giant General Motors Kingwood station wagons, they look good with the fake wood. I get it. It was never my thing, but I'll admit they still look good. This trim, I don't know what I'm going to do because it's sketchy, and when I start driving it, I'm afraid it's going to come off, and then I'm going to have problems, even though the man and wife that sold me this car included new stock replacement ones, but I don't have the clips, and I don't know where and how to acquire new clips to put the trim on and keep it on safely. So that may be a delete option. There is one custom thing I'm going to do. No, this vehicle is not going to be lifted with crazy tires or anything, but it's claustrophobic driving this car. I'm going to remove these roof reinforcement ribs and make the roof flat. And I'm going to install a 4th generation Toyota Camry power tilt and slide moonroof sheet metal donor, that is, from a place like Pick and Pull. They practically give that stuff away because there isn't high demand for it. But when it's all done, you'll never know. And I'm sure, the next person, caretaker of this vehicle, as Jay Leno likes to say, they'll think it's factory and it's one of one and blah, blah, blah. No, it would have been modified by me. Getting these ribs out will be just a matter of taking the cutoff wheel and removing these and take a flat piece of sheet metal and weld those in place. Once I get the flat area as big as I need to do, then I'll use the donor 4th generation Camry roof surround sheet metal and weld it in place after my diagonals and straights are confirmed, and just work my way around as far as tack welding. So yeah, this bumper, by the way, is an extrusion, meaning it's not cast or welded pieces. They just take a big giant bar of aluminum, they heat it up, and it goes through a die, and it comes out like toothpaste, looking like this. It's not very strong, but it served the purpose when AMC decided to lift these, which meant you officially became a pickup truck utility vehicle, which means it didn't have to have safety bumpers like the 2-wheel drive versions of the Hornet, Spirit, Gremlin. I forget the names. These, as you can see, fog lights were factory equipped, optional. The pigtail for them is right here, right there, or pigtails, that is. Yeah, so maybe you thought, man, the bumper was all messed up and everything. No, I just haven't gotten around to reinstalling it yet. But I thought I'd just kind of tell you what was up as far as removing and installing the bumper. It does not have a bumper beam. This is the whole frontal protection system, and you would not want to hook a tow bar attachment or brackets up to this. That's a recipe for bad stuff going down. Aluminum is not as strong as steel, pound for pound. Even aircraft grade aluminum is not as strong as steel. Not even titanium is as strong as steel. Titanium comes close. It's about 95% as strong as good quality steel, but the titanium's aces in the hull are weight, which is 45 to 50% of steel, and it has stainless steel qualities, meaning it can take high heat without distortion. So if you're wondering why they chose the aluminum, well, weight was obviously a concern, right? And without the General Motors shock absorbers, patented by the way, they didn't have to pay the extra money to General Motors for their patent shock absorbers. Instead, they could just do a solid mount since they raised the car to the level as you're normally used to, although this is lifted about an inch than a normal AMC Eagle because it has the sport handling and lift package. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with, and if you're interested in joining along for the ride, I'll continue to make videos for people that are interested. I can't stress more than on an old car, especially, you need to take your time. If you're used to watching fake reality, remember those shows are all scripted and edited. Um, yeah, maybe if you had 10 guys working on the stand front bumper beam, you could get it off in a 30-second sound bite and view bite. But this will probably take to get it on, get it perfect with the bumper end caps and up here, and just overall get it looking like it should have been originally, which it wasn't. It'll probably take a couple hours, and I do plan on removing the bumper horns again, simply to get all the welding flash off, put some quality primer, and paint them gloss black, because uh, it's just a thing about pride. And I'm not a big fan of any American-made car, whether it's GM, Ford, Chrysler, now or then, including AMC, because there's not much pride taken by the manufacturers to actually build a quality product. I mean, if you look really close, there is no excuse for all the welding flash on the bracket. They could have just ground it up. It would have added a few more pennies to the overall labor expense in assembling the parts in vehicle. And the paint on this, since it was galvanized, you got to be really careful because it will literally rub off after nearly 40 years. But it is galvanized. They are correct around about that, because when I originally took the fender, loosened it like this, you can see that shiny stuff. That's actually the galvanized CAD material, zinc. And believe it or not, zinc and CAD material, it loves salt. That's why you put them on boat out drives. So just say, well, it's galvanized, you won't rust. Well, actually, quite the opposite. If you lived in an area where road salt is used or on the coast, the first thing the salt and other minerals are going to go for is the stuff that's coated with the galvanized material. Against water, it's great, but that's why on boats you have sacrificial galvanized tabs you stick on the outdrive and other places on the boat. So that's it, folks, as far as on the current update on the Eagle. I know you don't see a headlight yet. That is on the bucket list. I do have a tease for you as far as the next video, which I'll put out. And that's, this vehicle came from a collector. I also got a bunch of goodies in boxes, a whole lot of goodies, and you'll just have to wait for that video to come out. I'll walk you through it. You'll see what goodies I have that came for this car and other AMC Jeep products. Okay, take care and have a great day.